Tom, it's good to hear from Tom, it's good to hear from you again. Okay, so when I first actually watched your video, I was enthralled with it, but it was very late. So what I did is I wrote down my response. Video games force courage upon our avatars by giving no options of retreat. This removal of free will imposes a feeling of badassery. Games don't actually give us free will. The thing is that, given most situations, a person, when they're faced with a moment where they will actually end up probably being a coward, in most cases it's not a bad thing. Like, you can stand up to somebody most definitely and you can say your piece, but bringing the situation to violence is always considered to be a lesser option. Video games don't give us the choice of that. Self-preservation isn't necessarily a fact because we get a reload. Prior to the ages of, I think, 12, people have very little in the way of self-preservation, and thus they will get into more altercations. But you create confrontation. So the classifications on games are very, very important, because if we look at it in the way that these kids haven't yet reached the point of they're able to understand right from wrong, you know, it's not good. There's a quote from the Bible which is talking about, I have become a man, I shall give up childish things, or I will put away my childish things. That's true to a certain extent. Nowadays, growing up is more or less being able to drive yourself to a McDonald's late at night so you can get a Happy Meal. Because you have the paycheck, because you have the money. But I don't think that video games perpetuate violence. They give an understanding, most definitely, of what situations are like. In a lot of cases, they can actually capture moments quite beautifully. It can give great insight, but not all games can actually achieve this. Some games are literally just mindless violence. In those games, there's not enough immersion for you to be able to have a moral quandary over a kill, or a kill streak even. You're sitting there pretty much playing tag. In games where you're forced to compete against each other, it's a game of long-distance tag. It's not killing. You don't have any of that adrenaline rush, and you don't have any of the morality behind it, because these are faceless avatars. That's why we also get a lot of abuse on multiplayer games. Now, I can talk about this forever, but unfortunately I do have to get back to packing. Yeah. I hope to hear from you soon about this topic again, because I'd love to talk about it more. But for the next while, I'm going to be moving.